episode of Technology Tuesday. Jerry Franklin Poe here with you live with our technology guru himself, Greg Russell, in the building. We have a wonderful show for you in store today. AI has been a topic all over the place. You've been seeing it in the news, you've been seeing it causing controversy, you've been seeing it cause some positive changes within all of our industries. We're going to talk about some tools that will help you use AI from a positive perspective to increase revenue in your business, help you create content more effectively. And we'll have a lot of information for you. So you want to take out your note taker, whatever you use to take notes, follow along because we have a great show in store.
Hey, welcome back. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm excited to be here. Got a great show for you. Jerry, thank you for being here, man. Really appreciate that. Want to give a shout out to our syndication partners. If you are seeing our show in someone else's group, thank you for tuning in. Help us grow these groups. Do us a favor. Go invite someone you know to join that group. You can click the invite button right on the group's page and click a couple of your friends, people you know who would enjoy being in that group with you. Go ahead and invite some people. Let's grow these groups. Thank you for your support. So, Jerry, man, we got an exciting show lined up, and I want to make sure that everyone is ready for what we're going to talk about, because AI, like you said, is a major topic that everyone is talking about, that is just really, really on the most popular trend right now, and we're going to share some resources. But before we do, man, you mentioned something, and I want to start there with the controversy that AI is causing. What is the issue that AI is causing, that this controversy that you're talking about? So what is it and what's the controversy?
Well, the recent one is tied into the actors strike. The writers went on strike. Now the actors are going on strike, and it's all tied into content creation in some form. Whether you want to call what we do here as speakers, authors, and coaches content creation, or what they do in the movies or making music, right? I remember when Chat GPT first hit, there were people who were making songs with artists who didn't actually sing those songs. It was like they were taking someone else's lyrics and putting someone else's voice to it, so it actually sounded like that person did the song when it wasn't really that person doing it. They were imitating the voice, and it sounded so real. You would really believe that it was that artist performing. And now you fast forward it to where we are now with the actors, and some of these actors, they're afraid of their image, their likeness, their voices being monopolized once it's recorded and put into a database, that the studios can continue to use that. You think about um, Return of the last Star Wars, right? Princess Leia had passed away, but they still had her in the movie, even though she wasn't even alive. So you think about the fact that they could create characters based on actors who passed away. And now it's like, well, what about living actors? Like, they're not gonna be able to get paid for
Wow.
the fact that they're in movies. Like, if you have somebody in the background, it's not really the main stars that I think the issue is. It's the background folk, the people who are sometimes the extras, who aren't like the mainliners, the headliners. So if you want to fill a scenery in the background, like you want to fill a whole arena with the people, if you had images of people's faces and their voices, you can create that without actually having to use the real folks and have to pay them whatever the scale is based on their union. And that's one of the it's a downside for the individuals, because now they're being replaced
Yeah,
by the technology.
it's crazy. It's crazy. It's funny because I've really started studying how television shows, just like you said about people in the background, and a lot of times, if you pay attention, the backgrounds are usually blurred, right? So like the main two or three people are in focus and they're having a conversation on the show, and then the other people are either they got their backs turned or they're blurred out. You can't really see clearly their faces, right? Now you can see it's a face and it's a person, but if you start studying the backgrounds of like TV shows you watch, you'll notice a lot of the times the background people cannot be seen clearly. Um, so yeah, man, that's definitely. I can't wait to see what's going to happen, because it's definitely going to have to shake shake itself out and get clear and new regulations about things like that. And just to be clear, we do this show, but you guys do not have permission to use my voice. You
Yeah,
take
right.
care of it. Like Greg said, no, Greg did not say.
I mean,
Oh man,
it
that's a
all
good one.
ties into, we first started hearing about this with deep fakes, right? The deep fake
Mm-hmm.
videos, and now it's not necessarily being a deep fake. If people are voluntarily giving up, like they say, you record somebody from one movie, and they just keep those recordings, and they say, well, let's just continue to use that same recording of that person's voice over and over and over again. We already paid them once; we don't have to keep paying them again. That's just the downside of it. And you think about with AI, you can change. We talked about this maybe a couple months ago. For those who follow the show long term, we talked about some of the AI programs out there that will let you personalize the message to a person by putting in their name. So if the AI can change the words using the same voice, it just becomes problematic for compensation. I mean, at the end of the day, it really goes back to who owns what. Does a person own their own voice? Do they own their own image? And that even ties back into the sports where they were using people in the video games. They had to sue um, for the rights to get paid off their name, image, and likeness for sports with the NCAA when they would sign those contracts. So when there's people are signing these contracts and there's the fine print about who owns that content after they make the movie, or who owns that voice or that image. But there's a long history of this. I mean, if you go
Yeah,
back to the early the early movie making, when the studios had the ultimate power over the actors and the actresses. I mean, there's a long history to that. The union helped people get more of their power, but now with this AI stuff, it really goes back to how people use it. And sometimes in our society, what happens is technology moves faster than morality.
yeah,
And so we'll have stuff that is powerful, but people aren't always using it in a way where there's integrity.
that's
And
right.
that's the challenge. Like, we have
Yeah,
to make sure that we honor people and we honor ourselves, and that we don't take advantage of those who don't have as much power with the technology.
that's right. And I will share this one here. It's called Be Human, right? And we talk about how you can take someone's, like when you mention, say someone's name. So basically, this basically will allow you to create a script where you say hi, or you say hi first name, and it's going to replace first name with their actual name, and it will take the video of you saying hi their name and make your mouth move in a way that looks like you're saying their name. So this is one of the this is one of the ways that AI is doing that stuff. And you're right, it's got to work itself out with the what can be done and what can't be done with someone's likeness and voice. Man, I think that's huge. But that's the controversy. That's what we're going to be dealing with, and so we'll see how it shakes out. But with that, I want to share some resources. I want to talk about some AI resources. But the first one I want to share with you, the resource I want to share with you guys first, is not necessarily an AI, but it's one that I think deserves your attention. And that's this service called Shells. And Shells basically allows you to create a virtual computer that you can log in. Now, it is a PC based Windows machine or Linux machine that you can get, but for very cheap, you guys can basically log into another computer and not have your physical device affected. So this is a great way if you are working with virtual assistants that need to log in and do things, that you can set them up on a computer that has an IP address here in the US, so you don't get those issues with them logging in. The cool thing is you can go in, log into certain accounts, and then log out and let them log in, and you're already logged in on that machine. So this is one way, one resource I guys recommend you check out. It's called Shells.com, and it's how you can get a virtual computer. And talking about computers, Jerry, listen, man, we got to be safe with these computers. So I'm going to invite right quick our resident IT professional, Mr. Howard Globus, to come share with a segment that we call Be Safe Out There. All right, I'm so looking forward to this segment. Howard, thank you for joining us, man. I love having you here with us. So listen, let us just begin, man. Tell us about what you got for us today.
Well, thanks, Greg. I appreciate you having me here again today. What I want to talk today about is the heat. It is hot. We're recording right now. in the middle of well, it's the middle of my summer. It's the towards the end of some other people's summer. It depends on where you are, I guess. But in the Northeast, it's the middle of the summer and it's reaching into the 90s and 100s some days. In some other parts of the country, it's getting even hotter than that. Now, I'm not a weatherman, so why am I talking about the heat? Well, your computer equipment does not like the heat. It doesn't perform well in the heat. Much like humans, it needs cool, dry environments. So when it gets too hot, we have to make sure that our machines don't overheat. When we're doing things like a lot of processing, whether it's video editing, having a couple of hundred tabs open in different browsers, or if we're trying to do too much for too long on the computers, they can overheat. Now, most computers are designed to shut down in the event that they overheat. So I'm not really too worried about doing long term damage. What I am worried about, as I'm always worried about, is your data. Is your data backed up? So you want to make sure that you're saving your files on a regular basis and that you're going ahead and making sure that that machine gets turned off periodically, not multiple times throughout the day, but twice a day. When you first come in the morning, boot it up, make sure that it's running okay and smoothly. And then if it gets too hot during the day, maybe take a break, save everything, shut it down, give it 10 minutes to go ahead and cool down and bring it back up. That's one way you can save your machine in the heat.
So let me get this right. I shouldn't leave my laptop on 24/7. Um, and having all those tabs open like I normally do is not good for the machine in this environment right now.
Well, let me say this. We always recommend that people leave their machines on because updates happen usually out of regular working hours. But we have to be careful in the heat. So normally I would say leave your machine up and running, let it update on a regular basis, but that's also when it's a lot cooler out. Definitely don't leave it running 24/7, 365 for the summer months. And because I'm guilty of this as well, try and close down some of the tabs because the more tabs you have open, the more memory is going to be used. The more memory is going to be used, the hotter that machine gets.
All right, listen. I love it. Thank you, man. I will do better, and I hope this helps all of our viewers do better as well, since it is so hot out there right now. Howard, thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Greg. Be well.
All right, now that we know how to keep our computers safe, I want to dive into our first resource of the day. Jerry, I want to share with you this resource called Write Panda. So this is an AI tool, and there's lots of AI tools out there that help you with writing. But what makes this one unique is that it's specifically for YouTube creators and podcasts to write the most complicated stuff that they need to write, which is titles, subtitles, and descriptions, and everything has to, and show notes, and everything that has to go with that. So I want to show you how this works. They have this unique. Let's see if we can spread this. Let's get this. Oh, cool. They have this unique walkthrough right on their home screen, and basically it's not a video, it's an interactive training, and there's no audio. You just click on it to see. So this first starts you out with YouTube. So it's like if you have a YouTube video, this shows you that you would put the YouTube video ID right here in there, and so like that, and then you'd hit basically read the data. And what it's going to do, Jerry, is it's going to go and read the data of the YouTube video, right, just like that. Boom. And so then now you can chat with it and start it to ask it questions. And you see these buttons where you can write a blog, write title and description, but you can also ask it to do stuff, right? So you can ask it to summarize it for me, right? So again, it's chat. It read the video, and so now you can start asking it to do stuff. So now it's going to go ahead and summarize that video and give you a summary of it, right? And so it'll show you the summary of the video. So like we can do these summaries of our show, and I don't have to go and write it, and it's going to save us a lot of time. So I'm like that. So then here's the next one. You can click on write title and description. It'll write the title and description. It'll create the timestamps of the video, and it's accurate. And that's another thing that takes up so much time is doing timestamps. And all these things help these videos in YouTube. So now you want to promote it. You want to get some tweets out there. You want to generate highlights for your content. And so Write Panda is a great resource for those who are doing YouTube videos and podcasts to get all this stuff up here. So now you can choose whether you want automated or manual selection. If manual, enter the part of the video you want to generate, so you could tell it where you talk about this, and then it will go ahead and create shorts and reels about that. Yo, this is dope. This is one of them gems that I think people should definitely be interested in. So again, it'll go ahead and do this, and now I think it may go to, I think this interactive tutorial may go to the next thing. It might be too big for me to see. All right, so yeah, so now boom, boom, boom. It's starting over. So wanted to share that with you. I think that's a really powerful one. I think a lot of YouTubers, people who deal with video content specifically, can use to their benefit. I'm sharing this with you because I can see that I can use it to to my benefit for this show. So I think this is one of those ones that's not mainstream, that a lot of people haven't heard of, but this one is a really good one for those who want to save a lot of time based on doing the video. Because typically you do some of that thing first. You write the title, description, and you may know what you want, but now you can do the video and have it suggest and see if what you thought of might be even better, right? So anyway, that's Right Panda. I'm really excited about that one. I think it's great. So that's one AI tool, Jerry, that I have. Another one that I want to share with you guys is something called quickvid.ai. So this one is called quickvid.ai, and basically what it does is you give it a topic, you tell it what you want it to create a topic about, and it will create a video, a short or a real video with that topic for you on your behalf, and it will use an avatar. And I thought I saw in here where it could clone your voice, right? So now if you do some shorts where you are there, and you do some that where you're not and it has an avatar, but it's your own voice and it's your own channel, then you have all these videos working together. And QuickVid will just do it for you on your behalf. Now, they used to have a free trial, but when I tried to do the free trial, I got the link. It said their free trial was full. It's that popular, but you can go ahead and purchase it, and it starts at $10 for the smallest account, and you can purchase more. So that's quickvid.ai. I think that's a good resource, one of the ones that's not popular, and I could see a lot of entrepreneurs using this to create those shorts, okay, and reels. And remember, so here's the thing. A lot of people have been talking to me about, or not a lot of people, but every now and then I get questions about SEO, because people when they think about SEO, they think about their SEO to their website. And for a lot of entrepreneurs, small business entrepreneurs, that game has kind of left. That train has left the station. It's too expensive, but there is ways to use SEO on other things like shorts and reels, which is very popular on the video platforms. So you can take something, an SE, you can do some research and figure out what's the popular keyword, then have QuickVid go create a video about it, and then having a description of stuff back to your website or your Facebook page or whatever it is you want to bring traffic to, and use SEO that way. So SEO is still there, but you just have to be very, very strategic about how you go about it. So that resource is quickvid.ai. All right, so Jerry, I want to share with you, man, how I find some of these things, because here's the thing. The AI software and tools that are coming out so fast. How do you find the good ones? So how do you find some of the resource you find? Because you're good at finding some of these things too.
Besides asking you.
Yeah. Do you have a strategy?
I mean, come on, man. Some of the stuff I stumble across. I know a couple of the websites, but a lot of it's by having the right people to talk to that know more than me. So I don't always have the time to do the research. Having the right folks around me, or just paying attention. I'm in a lot of groups. Like, sometimes what people don't take advantage of is you don't have to be the expert, but you can be in the expert groups. So in social media or on different platforms, there's groups where I just go in like a fly on the wall. I don't really say that much. I just listen to what they're talking about and I'm like, oh, that's great. Let me look at that tool that they were just talking about. So there's a whole bunch of groups out there where they talk about different apps, whether it be AppSumo apps or whatever that people are sharing their experiences with. So I joined those forums.
Awesome. Man, that's a perfect segue into join our group at technologytuesday.com. Whether you're watching it from our group now or any other group, go ahead and make sure you head over to technologytuesday.com, join the group, and you can ask us any questions you want there. Also, remember our IT specialist, Howard Globus, is in that group. So if you have a IT question or a security question, you can just hit him up and ask him. I myself is in there, as well as Jerry, and as well as some of our really powerful friends that have really good knowledge of software and tools and tech and how to profit on this internet. So listen, this group is very powerful. Get in there, ask your questions, network, do your thing. With that said, I'll share with you a resource that I use to find recently what I've been using to find some really cool AI tools like the ones I just shared with you, which was panda.ai and quickvid.ai. And so one of the tools that I use, Jerry, is it's not time for that one yet. One of the ones I use is there's an AI for that. There's an AI for that.com. And when you first go there, you're going to be brought to this new, and it's going to share you what's new. So if you come here a couple times a week, you can see what's new. And how these are listed is it'll have the name of it. Like this one is job. If I can't mouse over it, this one's called Job Wizard. And then below it, it has the category that it's in, right? So you see this one is job applications. The one next to it in the middle is landing pages. So there's AI page, which is a landing page. And so you can look at the categories and figure out what's really cool or what something you might want to be interested in. So for example, this one over here is called Social Magic, and this is about LinkedIn posts, right? So if I click on this, it gives you a description. It tells you what it's about. And then if you want to visit the website, you can click here and visit the website, right? So this is actually a Chrome extension. And if you play this video, it'll show you that in LinkedIn, it will allow you to just decide how you want to reply, right? So if there's a LinkedIn post or even the LinkedIn comments in your messages, you can just hit friendly or informal or optimistic, and it will write a response on your behalf being friendly, informal, or optimistic. And you don't, so it's going to save you a lot of time. If LinkedIn is your thing, you may want to check this out. This is called... it's called Social Magic, and it is an actual browser extension. That means it's got to be on Chrome for you to add that to that, but you could use that. But long story short, this is how I find some of my gems, by coming in here and looking at what's new to see what any type of new things that may spark my interest. The other thing that I do is I also clicked on the most saved. So this is things that, because you can sign up here and then save the ones you like. And so, so that you can have a list of the AI tools that you like. So you can sign up for free and just save the ones that you like. But what it does is it keeps track of the things that are most saved. So in my opinion, this would be the most popular ones that people are saving. So if you look here again, you can look at all the different categories. Here's, video generation. Here's startup ideas. There's stuff for Chat GPT, learning, business idea generator, startup idea generator, right? These are some of the most popular ones. Here's one on productivity called Simpler, right? I think I clicked on the category productivity. Let me click back. So you got to be careful what you click on. Yeah. So you can actually click on the category, which is, I just learned that just now, live on the show. So you can click on the category and get a category and find the ones that are in that category. Or you can click on the box around it and actually get to this. So this is about your personal AI assistant. And this is called Simpler. And you can view the website. and you can see what it's all about. And so it's basically all about getting things done. You can give it a try. I watched the video for this one too, and this looks really good. What it does is it takes all your to-do list and it categorizes them, and it helps you to visualize and get things done faster. It's a pretty cool way they do it, so I would definitely check that out. If you need help with getting things done, productivity is one of the things that a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with, so we want to make sure we get as much done as we can. And you can come check out Simpler and see if it will help you. With that, it is just one of the ones in here that you can find. Again, this is in the most saved, so we know that if other people are saving it, it may be a good one to just check out. So with that, Jerry, that is how I find some really powerful AI tools that I share with you and some of the viewers on our site. But it's a good way that you can go check them out for yourselves, right? And so I think there's a list here. Yeah, there's about 6,000 AI tools in here. There's just a lot. And you can also view over here. Oh, I'm not sharing them all. Let me show you. Sorry about that. Way over here, you can go back and see ones by month. Yeah, the ones added by month. So this is called There's an AI for that.com. And that is how I find some really good AI tools for my business, and you can too. Oh man, that was awesome. Jerry, thank you for being here. Any last words, sir?
I mean, that was a great insight, and which is another reason why people want to stay plugged into the group, technologytuesday.com. Because when they go to places like that, AI for you, or AI for that, or AI for you, whatever, when they go to any site and they have a question, they can put it right in the group and tap into the knowledge base that's there. You'll be surprised at who responds, who chimes in, based on who's in the network. You'll be surprised who's in the network when you see the responses.
Yes, sir. Listen, thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of Technology Tuesday. Make sure you join the group and make sure you tune in every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until next week, take care.